Okay. Hey, Minka, let me know. Can you hear me? Okay. I have no idea. Like, can you guys even hear me? Hey, Leanie Bo. Hey, I've had a day. Okay, am I redlining or not too bad? So let me know if I sound like I'm yelling because I really can't stand that. Same, Leanie. Do I sound like I'm yelling or do I sound like I'm a normal volume? Yes, I sound like I'm yelling, or yes, you can hear me. Okay. If anybody else is listening, what happened is okay, it's okay. Thank you, Leanie. So basically what I'm going to do is I had an entire vlog done, and I'm not kidding. I'm not tooting my own horn because it got lost. I mean, I had green screens, I had effects. I was super impressed. Like, this was my best one ever. And hey, Grim. Yes, hello to all my Greebettes. I guess I'll give it a couple more minutes to see if anybody else is going to show up, but we're going to do a recap of Great Grebo's May Day 17 because YouTube and its infinite wisdom or whatever deleted. It won't let me upload a video right now for whatever reason. It's obviously not. Hey, EP, it's obviously not a bandwidth thing because I am live and that takes up a lot. So for anybody new that's just rolling in, does the volume sound okay or do I sound like I'm yelling? Leanie said it's cool. Minka said it's cool. How's it sound to you, Grim and EP? This keep the streak alive. Sounds good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pull up my little video clips. I'm going to show them to you guys and I'm going to tell you what was going on because and so nobody can accuse me of not having a May Day 17 vlog. So yeah, this is super spur of the moment. I don't even know what I'm doing. I probably should have just let it go, but I said I'm going to upload a vlog every single day for a year, so I'm going to do it unless there is no physical way to get my face on YouTube that day. So, okay. Let me so I see Minka's here, hopefully. Leanie's here, Grim's here, and EP's here. I think you guys are the only four that are chatting, but that's okay. I'm gonna let's see. Let me get out of this. Okay, hold on. I'm just where is there it is. So, hey Minka, it's cool. I had to turn my volume down, but it was already max because I was listening to Spotify. Okay. What was the porch light turned off today? You know what? I even managed to get the porch light turned off today. I'm not kidding. And today was Word of the Week Wednesday. And so what was yeah, so basically we'll start out. So it started May Day 17. It's Word of the Week Wednesday, right? And the word I picked was ubiquitous. You know, hold on, I'm trying to get in my photos so I picked the word ubiquitous, and it basically means to be like appearing or present and found everywhere. Um, and then in the second vlog that I did, I ended up saying, "Hey Amber, you guys are getting a live recap because I cannot upload my video." So in the original video I actually was pretty proud of myself. It was like a little mini comedy routine with Word of the Week Wednesday, ubiquitous. Um, and then flash forward the second time I had to try to throw some clips in there. I used ubiquitous as in YouTube ruining people's lives seems to be a ubiquitous characteristic, like because I was angry at YouTube at that point. Hello, Grateful Life. Hey, Susie. We're doing a live recap. I guess I'll give it a couple minutes. So I'm just explaining. So ubiquitous was word of the week for Wednesday. And then let me see. One thing I wanted to show everybody was I found my first rose blooming. So I got a little video of that. Let me show you guys that. Where is it? Okay, so here's the video of my very first rose that's blooming. You can't see it super well, but it's, yeah, so maybe if I hold it back like that. Yeah, so first rose right there. Hello, Blondie. We're doing a live recap of May Day 17 because I can't upload to YouTube. It ate 3 of my videos and I'm just done. So first rose. I then was patting around, and then what I decided to do is I made some insecticidal soap out of Dr. Bronner's peppermint. Dr. Bronner's, am I going the wrong way? Dr. Bronner's, let's see, is this the one? So out of Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. Why do you do that? Well, because it's not a harsh chemical, and the Dr. Bronner's, the Castile soap, it affects only certain bugs' exoskeletons, so they die, like aphids, mites, white flies, the things that really aren't good for plants. So you use some Castile soap, you use a tablespoon of Castile soap, and peppermint and eucalyptus are the 2 that really, really have some good, like, antifungal and just anti-cootie stuff. The bugs don't like it, but it doesn't kill beneficial insects, your ladybugs and things like that. So, and I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just telling, so, hey, I said hello to Blondie. So basically, you add 1 tablespoon of your Castile soap. Mine is peppermint per 32 ounces, which is a quart. I had a half-gallon little thing, so I had to put in 2 tablespoons. Mind you, I use distilled water because if you use tap water or, city water, a lot of the times there'll be minerals and stuff. And then when the water evaporates, it will leave the minerals and the sediment and stuff behind on your plant leaves. So you don't want that. So when we moved into this place, the lady who lived here before me was huge into roses. So I inherited all her roses. I don't know anything about roses. So, but I'm learning they like to get white fly and black spots. So I mixed up my insecticidal soap. Oh, and then I went around. I was going to weed over by the heat pump on the back side of the house, and I found a second little rose over there, this second blooming rose. So, hey, Karma Killer. I think I said hi. So we found a second pink rose over by the heat pump. And then something else that bloomed in the backyard. It's this gorgeous, I have a whole lot of irises. Some of them I brought, some of them, the only irises that were here from the former owner, I'll show you. So this is one that I have. He's a light blue purple, and he looks really washed out in this, but I'm telling you, it's a good looking flower, and he popped last night. So we've got him. Thank you, Leanie. Yeah. And then, everybody's probably wondering about Tiny Tree. So what I did with Tiny Tree is, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to look through this to figure out, like, let's see. So Tiny Tree, I left him uncovered this morning, but then I then covered him up to be safe. So let's see if I can, not that you guys need to see a video of that, but yeah. So about 1 o'clock this afternoon, Tiny Tree, I put the tent back over him because, yes, Amber, purple flowers are great, especially lilies. And this flower is literally, it looks like this lightest purple, just barely, but when you get close to it, you realize it has a lot of blue in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So Tiny Tree got covered up for the afternoon. He's still hanging in there. It looks like his top leaves are kind of droopy, and there's a lot of them that are good. They dried out. They're gonna die, but I think he might live. So fingers crossed for Tiny Tree. Prayer in the chat for Tiny Tree. And then let's see. I mixed up the. Let's see what else. Oh, and then I also. Where is. I'm like missing, and oh, that's the other thing. Like when I uploaded this stuff, just a bunch of footage disappeared. Oh, and then I broke out a gallon jug and mix some plant fertilizer in there because when you have roses, you need to fertilize them. So I did that, and I marked it with a skull and crossbones because Mr. Grebo will see it and he'll think it's something tasty and he'll take a swig out of it real quick. And, yeah, I don't have to use that shovel and tarp unless it's my idea. And then let's see, what else did I do today? Oh, and then once the sun got off, so the thing with the insecticidal soap that I made, it doesn't murder a bunch of nice plants, but you need, because with the peppermint castile soap, it needs to directly, the soap, the castile soap and the distilled water needs to get directly onto the bugs. It doesn't last. So as the water evaporates and the castile soap evaporates, it stops being effective. So we'll only kill the bugs that are actually there. If you want to make something that will actually not only kill the bugs that are there, but will also be there for future ones, you can add like 20, about 30-35 drops of like a pure, like an organic essential oil. Peppermint oil is a real good one. Eucalyptus is another good one, but like I said, you get some of that organic essential oil peppermint, and you put that in with your insecticidal peppermint castile distilled water mix, and that'll kill them as they come later, and it'll kill the ones right there. Hey, Aaron Tay. Oh no, Amber. Yeah, it's going to be that time of year where lilacs die. Aaron, we're doing a live recap because I could not upload and I didn't lose not one, not two. I lost 3 actual videos with clips and everything. And then the 4th one I just recorded real quick on the YouTube app, and that one wouldn't upload either. So I give up. You guys get me live. And then I made Mr. Grebo run to the store to get some cheddar cheese because we had to eat up the Dungeness crab we had. So he took his motorcycle and he went to the store to get the cheese. You never have to twist the guy's arm to ride the motorcycle. He's always happy to. And then, and since we're on here, once I'm done recapping my day, do we want to talk about any of the craziness that's going on? Think about it. So yeah, made dinner, and then that was my day. I didn't get a lot accomplished, but nobody died, so I guess that's a bonus. Let's see what everybody's saying. So May, day 17, is almost over in an hour and 40 minutes. So that's what I got. Maybe I'll try to upload the clips again, but I've just had it. I spent so much time. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let me go into. Is anybody else having problems with YouTube today? I'm curious. Because, oh yeah, and this final one still hasn't died, but so this is the last one that I just recorded in the YouTube app. And it was just me using the different filters just to say what had happened. And like I said, it sits there uploading like this. And then what'll happen is probably in about another hour, maybe a half hour, it'll do this. This is what the other ones did. It'll say May Day. This is probably backwards to you guys, but let me edit it and flip it around. No. Okay. So you guys can see. See, so what it'll do is it'll go for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and it'll say failed, transfer failed. And so this one right here was actually my second attempt. Holy shit, this third attempt is that it's starting to upload a little bit. Do you see that? Well, but that's not live. Let me see if it's still, I think, oh no, I know what it did is it's, nope, yeah. And so that one didn't upload. That one I just showed you failed to load. And then here's the current one that's still, it's been like that for over 40 minutes. So yeah, sorry. I just, after you do it 2, 3, 4 times, they all start to run together. So, hey, Ponderous. Hello to all the Greebets. I apologize that you're getting a live. May Day 14. So anybody just came in? Word of the week Wednesday. Our work was ubiquitous. That's the word I picked. It's a very nice word. It's fitting, that's for sure. Let me see. I can flip it around for, hold on, everybody, so they can see. And here you go. Ubiquitous. Present, appearing, or found everywhere. So I think I said TikTok seems to be the ubiquitous social media app of Gen Z. That was my sentence. And then I said something about be sure to use it in a sentence because it always feels good appearing smarter than everybody else. You know, sometimes. Hello. So do we want to chat about the craziness happening in girl world as of late? Chantal, and I guess we could do I was thinking about starting a new series because I can't always do the bad baking and questionable cooking because I cannot get, it's like nobody wants to talk to me all day, but the second I want to go live, hey, Jashawn, good to see you. You guys, I'll say this again. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. You guys are getting a live day 17. Couldn't upload my video. I lost a whole bunch of them. So let's see. So yeah, I try to do a bad baking, questionable cooking, and it's like nobody wants to talk to me. Oh wait, nobody has anything to say to me. The second I want to go live, all of a sudden everybody needs my attention right now, and so it's super frustrating. So I was thinking about starting a second live series because the bad baking, questionable cooking, we do it on Friday nights, But I was thinking just randomly in the afternoons we could do garden gabbing and gossip. Because like a lot of the stuff that goes on with Chantal is just it's been pretty crazy, and I kind of want to smack talk with my people. So thank you, Deshaun. Thank you. Yeah, it's I really am trying to get the Friday nights bad bakings down, but you know how it is. It's just really hard when you can't get the place to yourself, and nobody will leave you alone. And so okay, I'm going to try to pull my chat up on my phone so I can see you guys chatting. Oh, thank you, Susie. And then I can pull up my photos. So this was totally spur of the moment. Nothing was planned. You guys can see me, right? Or I don't think I'm too dark, am I? Let's see. Then I need to get on a Friday night. Yes, Ponder. So the bad baking and questionable cooking tends to be on Friday nights, occasionally on Saturday, but that's just kind of what everybody said worked for them. But the garden gab and gossip, that can be any time because I do, like I said, Chantal's craziness. So let me see. Okay. So I can't remember where it was, but this was a recent video where I zoomed in. Man, her dental hygiene really isn't looking so good. And I know this is what Kaya does. This is what I have to do. This is the only way I can go live. But yeah, it's just not looking good. Did everybody see all the trolls and stuff going to her building and leaving comments and stuff? So here's my take on it. I'm pretty much against cow tipping, but the occasional well done troll, like if somebody wants to leave one subtle review and a 5-star rating, you know what I mean, and just kind of make I'm not going to totally freak out about this, but like a lot of the ones that are being left now, they're just mean. They're not funny. And it's people trying to power level against a lol cow. It's like, what is your life where you feel like you need to flex on Chantal? It's not a good look, my opinion, you know? So yeah, so a lot, yeah, Deshaun, those some of them, like there were a couple really funny ones, but then some of them you could tell people created new accounts just to leave comments, and they were really juvenile, like misspelling. They weren't, they were bad. You know what? They were literally in the same realm as Chantal's behavior. And it's like, man, if you're not going to troll well, just don't. It's embarrassing. Um, I'll have to do that going live as well. Exactly. So yeah, how's everybody in here as far as nobody wants to talk to you all week and all of a sudden everybody wants your attention when you have something to do? Like, I don't know, go live with your friends on the internet. So let's see. So yeah, the thing with Chantal's building, do I feel bad for her? No. She 1,000%. She showed that view, you know what I mean? They were going to find her. She did nothing. And the fact she tried to flex on, oh, my seaside condo. Okay, it's an apartment. It's not a condo. You don't own it. And yeah, it's pretty cool and stuff, but the paint job in there was hinky. The door jamb was all painted up and then hold on. Oh man, did I delete a bunch of the pictures? Yeah, I was going in and deleting a bunch of pictures, but I think so, like, but in the bathroom. Hold on. You see in that bathroom, like it's literally a hole just chipped into the trim, man. And that almost looks like it's it's been twisted together. Like if that's not some jerry rigging, I don't know what is. That's dangerous. And then behind salad there in the kitchen, um, like they just punched a hole in the ceiling and threw a bunch of wires in there in the kitchen. And then if you look at the hole in the wall and the ceiling behind him, sorry, I actually did go in and delete a bunch of pictures, so I don't have all the ones that I want. But yeah, if you look at the hole in the wall behind him, literally it just chipped through it and stuck some wires up there. And so I don't call that a luxury anything. Is it an upgrade from where she was? 1,000%. But let's see. Let me see what everybody in chat's saying. Let's see. Same hair makeup. Don't feel bad for Chantal. Yeah, I don't feel bad for Chantal at all. I am invested. It's like, okay, I'm gonna liken it to Game of Thrones. Like as far as like on the front end, because I've been watching this for years, I was really engaged. I wanted to see what happened. I was like hanging, like, oh, where's this gonna go? And then it kind of like at some point jumped the shark, kind of like Game of Thrones did. And then if anybody remembers season 8 of Game of Thrones, for me, I was already so disappointed and I didn't know what was going on. And it was just confusing. And I was mad because I'd spent so much time. But I wanted to see it through, so I watched it. And that's kind of where I am with Chantal right now. Like, I'm invested. I've put so much time into this that I am continuing to watch because I want a resolution. Um, you know, is she going to choke to death on live stream or is she going to, stroke out? I mean, she's not looking healthy. She's really not. Yeah, yeah, Taco Bell. We're basically, it started out. So what it was, Taco, was I could not upload my vlog for the day, and I worked really hard on it. It was really good. And then I clipped together a second one, and not only did it not upload, but YouTube deleted it from the catalog. So then I threw a quick one together in the YouTube editor. That didn't upload. And then I just did one video, like the whole vlog's gone. Here you go, upload it. And that's got long. So I did a vlog day 17 recap. And then now we're talking about Chantal. It kind of bled together. Let me see. But you see her, oh, like I said, I knew I shouldn't have gone in here and started deleting. Where was she? Oh, it's when they first moved into, the luxury fart box. When she was talking, she got really shiny. Like you can see she turns really red and she's sweating a lot. That's not good. It's just not good. let's see. That is the biggest I've ever. Yeah, she is absolutely massive. So, so Taco Bell, yeah, Chantal basically moved out of the tiny little hovel fart box, as the internet calls it, into, she called it seaside luxury condo. It was not, it was seaside, but it was not a luxury condo. It was a mid-range, it was a top of the line low class or bottom of the line middle class apartment, nothing special. And so she was flexing and showing off the apartment and stuff. You know, there's raw wiring hanging out, and she showed the beachfront. Well, the internet found the building, and all kinds of fun reviews are being left on the building and everything. So, oh, and so I cannot remember what video it was. Oh God, I can't even remember. It was one of the mukbangs that she did. This one is from May 15th. So this one is from Monday. Can anybody remember the name of the mukbang she did on Monday? I think this one's deleted, but you can see here. Do you see, like, there's where she usually keeps her hijab, and you could see it sagging. So you can actually see not the third chin, but the second chin. You can actually see where, you know, it goes in and it goes down, and, you know, where it really hangs. And so this I think that this mukbang really got deleted because I'm not 100% sure, but it just seems like it disappeared, and it was probably because of the neck showing. Oh, she is expanding, Grim. Was that the lasagna? Nope, nope, it wasn't the lasagna one. I have screenshots from lasagna, and sorry I'm not more organized, you guys. I swear I have notes and everything. I just was going to recap today's vlog, and then you know how I am. I got to talk about it. So no, it would be the lasagna one was on Friday, May 12th, and that was the one. Um, hold on. So the Friday, May 12th, that was the one where she had the fringe abaya on. And remember, she kept dipping the fringe into the lasagna while she was cooking and while she was eating. So, yep, you know. So, yeah, sorry it's so bright. It just, oh, I'm touching my iPad. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm trying. Oh, and here's a close up. This is when she was cooking on the stove and the fringe went in. So that thing was just vile. I was screenshotting her from today's too, but so that was the lasagna mukbang. So she's always, and then while she was eating, let me see if I can find this. While she was eating, I captured this. She was literally, there was food falling down the front of her when she ate that entire pan of lasagna. Are you a member to her channel? No, I'm actually not. I refuse. I have not given her a view in years. I either watch on archives channels or the farms or anywhere. I will not. Uh, Here, Grebo being sanctimonious for a minute. I feel that our social media currency is valuable. I don't have it's just one view attitude. No, every view counts. I will not give her my social media currency. So I watch her elsewhere. And there are times where, like, I'm dying to see what she's uploaded, but it hasn't been archived somewhere. So I have to wait. But first, let's see. Taco Bell. Yeah, I think it might have been the first Taco Bell, Leanie. You're right. I think the one she deleted, where I was just showing where her chin was really hanging out. And then here was her second Subway one. Remember this? She had food all down the front of her right there. You know? And have you noticed her hijabs are getting lazier and lazier? I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to find these photos because see my comment above. Have you heard about it? First Taco Bell? What your is that the comment, Leanie? I don't understand. So yeah, so that yeah, if anybody pay attention to the front of her, that's where I always look. She gets absolutely covered. Something else I think she's doing, I think she's doing like she used to do when she lived with BB. She admitted that she would order 2 or 3 orders and she would just change clothes and film it all in one day because what was she eating? I think it was I can't, like I said, they all blend together, but there was one where she was eating and she ate a huge amount of food, but she was already so full. She kept saying, "Oh, I'm full," and she kept sighing. Maybe it was the lasagna one. You could No, because she was hungry in the lasagna one, but it was one of the takeout order ones that she already seemed full. So I suspect she had been filming, um, you know, 2, 3 in a day, and she just changes out her abaya. But oh, and like the video they did today, um, if you look, so if you zoomed on today's, I was watching this. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to get it to zoom. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to zoom. So if you watch, sorry, I wasn't expecting to do this tonight, so I don't have anything organized. Um, But if you look at the one from today's Wimpy mukbang, like she had food all down the front of her, but if you zoomed in on the video, and because of the way she was sitting in the car, this line back here, if you zoomed in on the video, you could watch what should have been a straight line from the upholstery in the car. You could watch it, it was dancing like a snake because she's got her filter set so high that when she moves around, it distorts the straight lines behind her. I need to record it. In fact, I made a mental note. I need to record this, but I wasn't planning on going live. So, but you can see it if you zoom in. And the other thing is if you look at salads, how he looks, how his head looks kind of big and weird, and he looks really elongated and skinny. It's because she's got those slimming filters set so high, so her seat sits closer. His is further back. So it's trying to focus on her and she's up close, but he's further away and it's still trying to add those effects. So it gives him this weird, gangly, like big long head, just weird look. When you look at him, you're like, it doesn't look right. It's those filters. I'll see what anybody else says. She does look miserable, and I love that for her. Oh yeah, I'm a total. I'd be like all I can say. Hey, Taco Bell, are you still in here? Taco Bell bounce. Hey, Taco Bell, are you here? Deshaun, you live on the West Coast. Yes, Taco Bell. If I all of a sudden die, you must come to my house and delete all the screenshots of her on my iPads because seriously, I look like a stalker. I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm just saying I have lots of screenshots. I have years worth of screenshots. So if you could just come to the house, please, Taco, and delete everything so I don't look like a crazy person. Wow. Were they both miserable in the wimpy? Yeah, they didn't look overly happy. Like I got the feeling that like I got the vibes of almost like roommates that don't hate each other, like, like you get along on the level that you can coexist in the same space and you might argue about stupid stuff, but you're not that's the vibe I got. Thank you, Taco Bell. Grebo wrote my comment again, see above. Okay. Hold on. I'm not seeing the comment you're talking about, Leanie. No one above that. Yeah, I can't scroll that far back. So you got to write it like right now because I'm on my phone. And so when it scrolls through, once it scrolls through, I have almost no ability to scroll back and I'm having to use my phone. So unless I see it right then, I can't see it. Yeah, yeah. See, Taco said she can't see the comment either. So I'm not seeing it. So if you could leave it again. Um, oh man, I'm so stuffy. And let's see. Oh, and then the other day when she was live streaming, people kept saying, "What are those little spots? Like, are they sequins or something like that on her hijab?" No, they're little pins that she has because they're showing up here on this one too. She has these they're like these tiny little pins that she stuffs in at all these angles to try to hold the inappropriate scarves on her head. Grebo. Okay, I'm still waiting for. Yeah, write it again, Leanie. Um, oh, did Grim say the address in the fuse box? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I got a screenshot of that, but I'm not going to show it. Yeah, I've seen articles about Crown Prince dissolving Parliament. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kuwait is not some place that I would want to live, and like I said, it's no shade, but it's pretty totalitarian, it's zero nonsense. And honestly, Chantal is just some Canadian tourist, blah blah blah. But I would be careful if I were her, because at some point, if you do get the notice from local authorities, it's not a good thing. And so yeah, I read that too about the prince, and they aren't going to do any more visas. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like, um, on the 200 buildings comment section where the owners kept commenting, somebody said something, one of the troll reviews said something about unmarried people living there, and the comment was like, hey, tell me about this. Like, who are you talking about? So hold on, my iPad's getting ready to die. So let me see. And so Chantal and Solid must have. Now I don't know if they. So when you move in places, like, did they rent directly from the building, or is the building just responsible for the maintenance, and they rented directly from the owner? Because that's two different things. Because you know how sometimes owners almost like subleasing, where the owner's like, don't worry about it, right? But so did they rent through the building, or did they rent through the owner, almost like a sublease? So, did you follow the rules? Sure, maybe, because what the building has to say and what the owner of the apartment, that might be two different things. Yeah, no, exactly. Susie, like Chantal keeps going on um, how great Kuwait is. She's not shown me anything great. It looks hot. It looks dusty. It doesn't. They don't. I'm pretty sure, like, there, as far as municipal garbage pickup, it doesn't happen. So there's a lot of trash. Like that graveyard they went to, that ship graveyard. That is just a place that sounds like where people go and dump holes at ships when there's nothing left to salvage and strip out, where people just dump them. It's the equivalent to driving out a dirt road and just dumping all your garbage and leaving it. You know. So yeah, and I let's see, I've seen our okay, yeah. So yeah, Leanie, if it was the comment about the address in the fuse box, I got a screenshot of that, but I don't want to be that guy. No, Kuwait is not a place I would want to visit. It's like, if you watch her videos, it just looks hot, and she keeps saying how happy she is, and I call bullshit. Like, you know, okay, so let me flip back through, and I don't even have my list, so I can't even think off the top of my head like the things she said, but she's just been saying some crazy stuff that I'm picking up on, and she's really contradicting herself. Did everybody see Sansa Cook's video where she superimposed Chantal's old video, like about 2.5 years ago, um, with the filtered face she presents now? Let me pull that one up. Um, Where is that? Oh, did I delete that? Okay, hold on. I've just got so many things, so give me a second. Okay. La la la. Where is it? Oh my God, did I delete it? I wonder if it's on my phone. Hold on. Because Sansa Cooks did a really good one where she took the filtered face and, let's see. Pictures. I know it's on here somewhere. I've just got so much going on. So I can't see my chat right now, but I'll get to it. Don't worry. I'm going to be so mad if that's gone. Did I delete it because I'm a dummy? Yeah, Sansa Cooked had a really good one where she has the filtered face, and she'd superimposed it on Chantal for 2.5 years ago. And Chantal she's markedly bigger than what the filters. Yeah, I don't know where it is right now. I can't find anything. Let's see, those are screenshots. Yeah, it's not on there. So it's like a Chantal, she is she drinking her own Kool-Aid at this point? Like, um, does she think she looks like those? And she's just, let's see, what does Taco say? Dusty. Yeah, dusty all the time. The wind, the average temperature is 101 this time of year. Minka says, I think the visa only affect Filipino citizens. I'm digging. Yeah, there's something like there are certain countries because there's a huge Filipino population that goes to Kuwait, and that's where they get domestic employment and stuff. And so, there are certain countries that Kuwait doesn't mind having there because they're seen as wealthy countries, and there are certain countries that they view that as poverty ridden, and they don't want their citizens there. And so I miss the old Chantal for sure. Yeah, she used to at least be fun to watch. Now it's just, but yeah, Chantal's always been delusional. Did you see that birthday party one? What was it, about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, when she told, maybe 5, she told that original story about the birthday party, like they made her play with the G.I. Joe Barbie and she got mad and she started the fight with the girl and she took the present to leave because she was mad because her mom had gotten picked out the Dangerous Minds soundtrack CD for this girl when Chantal had wanted it. So Chantal was already in a bad mood. And then when she showed up and she said she was being an asshole to this kid and then threw a fit, took her present and left. Do you see how much that flipped? That, oh, I walked in and they were being mean to me and I was the victim. It's like, God, that narrative is just, it's tedious. It's tedious and old. And she would make an effort to do her videos. Yeah, she hasn't made an effort in a long time. So this one, when they first moved in, remember she made the cheese sandwich when they first moved in, and she just kept saying, "Oh, I'm really warm," and she kept breaking out in just random sweats. It's not healthy. And then this one you can see. Remember when they were at that Maritime Museum or something? Hold on. Every time I touch the screen, do you see how her hands look so big and her head looks small? It's because she's got those filters set so high that it just doesn't know what to do. So Sala's up here, her hands are like this, her head's back there, and everything is really, really disproportionate. It's crazy the amount of filtering she does, and I, I had some screenshots somewhere of some stuff bending, but I can't find her right now. I wasn't planning on this. Hey, Jocelyn's mom and Chad. I've missed you guys a lot. Oh, too many. Yeah, just take care of you. Go Cougars. Um. So let's see. When would you have an effort to do her videos? Yeah. I didn't come into the girlverse other than ALR until around Natter. Wow, Minka, so if anybody, a good place to start is there's that Chantal, the one that Toad McKinley did about like the old school. And this is a 3 years old, but here, I'll pull that up and I'll throw that in chat right now. You watch that one. And then that Mr. Snowflake kind of did an okay one that caught us up a little more. So hold on, let me put, but a good place to start that'll get you up to about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, is Toad McKinley. And it was called A Canadian Horror Story. So let me find the Canadian Horror Story right here, and it's at least 3 years old. So watch this one. And then he did a little follow up on that. So first watch Toad Part 1. So watch this one. Minka, this will get you caught up. And after you watch that, the original one he did one called Gluttony Volume 1. That one was like 4 years ago. So here, just go to Toad McKinley's channel with the link I gave you and go back to the older videos. He did one called Gluttony Volume 1. That was Foodie Beauty. That was from 4 years ago. And then he did the Canadian Horror Story, which is the next one you want to watch. And then he followed that up with Yeah, with the All Aboard the Gravy Train, a Foodie Beauty follow-up he did after the Canadian Horror Story. So watch those. Let's see. Leanie, her lungs are going to give out smoking. Yeah, so even though she's not inhaling, your mucous membranes are really, really, it's the like the bioavailability, your mucous membranes, to things absorbing into your bloodstream, it's like at 89% when in your mouth. So even though she might not even be inhaling that shisha, and what is it? 1 hour of a hookah session is worth between 40 and 100 cigarettes, and the amount of carbon monoxide is greatly increased, and the tar. And she says that's one thing. This is how Chantal doesn't know what she's talking about. Hey, Laura. So, Laura, what happened is I tried to upload not once, twice, three times, but four times, and it kept not only not uploading my daily vlog, it actually deleted them. So I lost two full my vlogs, and so I tried to redo it a third time, and then it wouldn't do it. So I said, screw it, and came live. So when Chantal first was showing the shisha, and she's like, it's healthier. She's like, oh, this is vaping. It goes through the water. This is like vaping. It's not like I'm smoking. Okay, vaping means vaporize, which means something is instantly heated to such a temperature that it goes into a gaseous form. That's what vaping is. Hookah is not vaporizing anything. A hookah is smoking tobacco through a water pipe. So the smoke goes through the water, but it's still smoke. It's still combustible materials and smoke and all the particulate matter. So when she said, "Oh, it's vaping," no, it's not vaping. It's smoking. And the fact that a 1 hour session of a hookah is equivalent to 40 to 100 cigarettes in an hour, depending how hard you're chafing down on it. And Chantal is like, sucking. She could suck a ball through a garden hose at the rate she's going, and she just keeps going and going. And she sits there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And so you figure the amount of nicotine, and even if it's going in her mouth, that's still absorbing. I can almost guarantee you at this point, she's probably waking up from, when she falls asleep, she's probably waking up after 3 or 4 hours, literally having nicotine fits is my guess. I've never been a smoker, but I know people that smoked, and so I think personally that hey, MCM Reacts, how you doing? So let me see. Is there anybody else I missed? Laura's here. Thanks, Laura, for modding. So yeah, I'll just tell you, MCM, not one, not two, completed vlogs wouldn't upload to YouTube, and then they deleted them, and I threw together a third little vlog, and that choked and didn't upload. And then the fourth one was just me talking into, recording to upload for my daily vlog, and that wouldn't upload, so I had to go live because so yeah, so Chantal's delusion, but are there any smokers here that, as far as like how quickly you get addicted to the nicotine? I think the way she's sucking down on that thing all the time is that she probably does. She falls asleep, she's in a heavy sleep, and I can see her waking up in full-blown nick fits, like needing a shisha, needing it now. Yeah, MCM, YouTube has been so glitchy. It was choking. I was watching Are You Serious? She was live premiering one of her videos, and it was like it kept choking, and I think she gave up on it, or but just you couldn't watch it, and it kept cutting out. It was really sad. So I'm not a smoker, but so if any former smokers or smokers would like to let me know. Oh, Jocelyn's mom says I smoke, and I'm blown away by the way she sucks on that shisha. Sadly, I smoke. She's doing is nuts, but I vape zero. Yeah, see, so you vaporize. And did you hear me say MCM where Chantal was trying to claim the hookah it's like vaping. No, it's not. You're inhaling combustible particulates and the smoke that comes along with it. Hey, No Justice, how you doing? I want my shisha. I want it now. I don't care. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. And so, yeah, I do. I think when she falls asleep, when she wakes up, probably the first thing she wants to do is, I've seen people with nick fits. They're not pleasant. And then lately, when she's been eating, there's been a couple times where, like during this lasagna, mukbang, the one where she was dipping her and then I think it was in one of her Taco Bell ones, I think, where she was just near frantic. She was near frantic because she needed to eat and she needed to eat now. Oh, here's the one from Sansa. So Sansa took one of her new filtered ones and grafted in over Chantal, not filtered on Pizza's camera from about, 2.5 years ago. Has everybody seen this one where she lined it up? And so you can see the hijab covers all that. And, she hasn't lost weight. So that, and there's a third chin, showing up. So, and that's the other thing is her eyes are much bigger on the filter one. She sets her eyes to large. Her eyes are much smaller than what the filters show. Um, her face is not slim like that, and it makes her lips a little bit fuller too. So, yeah, if anybody else has seen that. Yeah, it's a huge difference. The bubbling of the hookah is exactly what her breathing will sound like, right? As she continues to smoke. And you know what? I was on an ambulance for years, and I've seen like all it takes is you seeing one hypoxic seizure and you'll be like making deals with God, like, please God, don't ever let that happen to me. I'll never, and I wasn't even a smoker, but that'll put the fear of God into you when somebody has a hypoxic seizure and they turn purple, like a dark, dark eggplant purple, and their O2 sats are in the 50s. It's one of the most horrific things I have ever seen in my life, and it terrified me. And the way Chantal is chiefing on that hookah, and all that nicotine and just think about the the hardening of the arteries and just all that nicotine and stuff and her blood pressure and all that salt and all that grease and all that sugar in there. It's like you cannot tell me that she is not pre-diabetic, if not diabetic at this point. I just, and it's basically when you've got really high blood sugar and the insulin's not take care of it, the sugar acts like little shards, and then you get down into your kidneys and your eyes, and in your kidneys they have what they call the loop Henle, where literally your body filters it one red blood cell at a time. That's how tiny it is. When you get these shards of sugar going through and it's ripping up those loops of Henle, pretty soon your kidneys aren't working and your eyes, they're so vascular and it's ripping that up and just, and she just, um, and that's just it. Is like, I've noticed some people saying, oh, I think she's getting high. I think she's getting high. I think she abuses her antidepressants or her mood stabilizers, whichever one she's on, because I've known people that they won't take them for 2 or 3 days and then they'll take a handful of them and just get gorked. I think she does that. And the other thing with Chantal is people say, well, she's acting kind of high. Do you know what really high blood sugar does to people? They act like they're drunk. And that's what I see in Chantal's, where eyes get glazed over and she's kind of acting loopy. I think it's because her blood sugar might be so high that, she's stewing in her own juices. This is just my opinion. Let's see. Okay, I'm not trying to preach at anybody. Just and to do ecstasy like high, exactly, Minka. So I think she abuses, and with the way Sally can just walk into pharmacies and say what he needs, and they don't have a national database, he can probably hit up a different pharmacy every other day, and just don't think that can't happen. And anybody that knows anything, that if she, I think what she's on is an SSRI, a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. You don't want to mess with that. If you've ever seen a serotonin storm, like a full-blown serotonin storm, if you are in a full-blown serotonin storm, you have about 1 hour before your brain is cooked and you're dead. Not the kind of meds I would want to be messing with. That's just me. I'm not a doctor. Um, okay, now Kuwait sounds better than those pharmacies. No, they don't have. So that's the other thing in Kuwait. They don't have any like narcotics, any of that kind of stuff. You got to go through a doctor. They have a national health care system. If you're not a Kuwaiti citizen, good luck. So no, they don't have anything good at the pharmacies. They just have some standard stuff. Um, Let's see. When I was a child, my grandfather was diagnosed with diabetes after a medical emergency. He wasn't himself. It was so scary. Exactly, Jocelyn's mom. So, and maybe Chantal is getting her hands on some droobs over there, but I think a lot of it's high blood sugar. You get loopy abusing SSRIs. That'll make you kind of loopy. Um, but I think my opinion for what I'm seeing of Chantal is, so if she is on a tourist visa, we're coming up to the time where something's going to have to happen. And maybe she doesn't have to leave the country, but at some point, it's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. And she's going to rage. She's going to rage at Salah. She's going to rage online. Um, and it's just, I think in that wimpy mukbang they had today, they struck me as two people who had just had some kind of argument or disagreement. And then, when you make up and you're getting along and then you're extra cordial, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like two roommates who'd maybe had a knockdown drag out or maybe just a tiff. You make up, get along, and then you're just extra cordial with them. See, look, we're happy. That's just my opinion. Hey, Just Ray, welcome. I'm pretty sure she's talking about serotonin syndrome. Yes, the serotonin syndrome. So, um, he was dissing her. Yeah, like I said, I'll give Salad this. So, he's a scumbag. Like, he's going to get what he's going to get. I don't have any sympathy for that guy. I hope he gets as good as he gives. They deserve each other. But and for some reason, and I'm probably 1,000% wrong, but I keep going back to, remember that uncle in Canada that says, "Oh, I have a nephew, you can hook up with him, blah, blah, blah." For some reason, I just keep thinking that there's a connection between the uncle who had the nephew that lived in the Middle East, and then remember where there was supposedly the the money she sent off to secure, the mansion she was going to rent. I think that she wired some money or something to Salad. I don't know. I think it's all interconnected. I could be wrong. And I'm way off in the weeds on this one. This is just my brain running amok because, it's late and I'm tired. I went through farm tech training. Oh, yeah, this is Minka, and learned about the different types of drugs and how they used. I have issues with my health come up, so I never get my license, but still remember the coursework. Yeah, my sister is a pharmacy tech, and the amount of interactions and problems and things you need to look out for is massive. Like, pharmacy tech is a very serious job. Yeah, and you really need to be on your A game for that, Minka. Like, if you have health problems, man, that's not the job. You don't want to show up and have an off day because somebody could die. Let's see. So, yeah, EP. So, and I'm so glad to see everybody here, man. I miss, let's see, is that Justice? Yeah, our chats. Remember how it used to be before a couple people like lobbed a grenade into the middle of our lobby and blew us all up? So, let me see. I think I I have some stuff wrote down too, but I'm not going to go dig it out because I was getting all ready. But yeah, this is Chantal. I don't know, 2.5 years ago on Pizza's camera. So the hijab, the slimming filters, and then she's also like all the thumbnails. You can go in and see where it's pixelated, where she's gone in and blacked out and slimmed herself. I mean, you can see the pixelization. Like, oh yeah, right here. So if you zoom it, you can see the line. I don't know if you can on here because I'm showing you an iPad through an iPad, but do you see that hijab line? Do you see that pixelization? So that's not the natural hijab line. That's not where that's a manipulation, and so it's when she has that really pointy chin. That's all been drawn in. On the other side, same deal. Let me see. I think I took a picture of this one too. Um, and then the other thing is if you zoom, okay, it won't let me zoom that much, but if you look at these hijabs she's wearing, they're pilling up really bad. Like the hijabs, the abayas, they're all really starting to pill up because she wears the same ones over and over and over. And we know she doesn't know how to do laundry, so they're not getting washed on cool, with light colors and hung up to dry. If they're getting washed, that's a huge if. They're getting chucked in there, probably on cold because it's cheap, everything together, and then thrown in the dryer for like 4 hours until they're dry. And does anybody else remember being in high school and like shaving your sweaters and stuff because I would rather die And I was a slob, like I was hands down tomboy slob, and I still would not go to school with pills on my sweater. Like I knew to shave that. She looks miserable in her full garb lately. I agree, Laura. She really does. I was pulled up some pictures of she just sweats. She looks miserable. Let me see. So yeah, those were her. And then there's that Missy Moo, that whole train wreck. Like I'm not even paying attention to that. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else I have screenshotted. Hmm. Let's see. News. So why is this so dark? Hold on, my screen's real dark. I can't see the chat. Oh shit. Okay. Oh crap. Did I just close out? Oops. Okay, here we go. Okay, is it still going? Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to get my phone caught up. I'm trying to see. Okay, I think I've got my phone going again. There we go. Trying to catch up so that chat's caught up with. Okay. Never seen someone so defiantly defend their right to be a prisoner in their own body, right? Oh man, I kind of want to go grab. Hold on 2 seconds. I am gonna pissy poo. Yeah, I can't. I have no, like, I have zero sympathy. Okay, hold on. I think just real quick in the kitchen, I have a notebook with one thing written out. Not all the stuff I want to talk about, but chat amongst yourselves. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Oh darn it. This one is the one that has "it's just a vape" written down, and we already talked about that. So darn it. I grabbed the wrong one, but she's just been saying some stupid stuff. Like, oh, these are all old ones. But where my favorite is where she's talking about what kind of, oh, I feel so bad, like when she's going after Breezy, right? But when she goes after mothers in general, what kind of mother raised a kid to go after people on the internet and to bully people on the internet, and your mother this, and what kind of kids are you raising? And she always goes back to that mom thing. But yet when people bring up the monstrous things she's done, she'll be like, my mother worked hard, my mother did the best she could. Like, she cannot see the complete and total disconnect between the things that are falling out of her mouth and the hypocrisy with the things she claims with her own mother. It's just, I have all this written down because it's utter madness. Like, I don't even think we need to keep pointing these specifics out because I think we've all seen it, where I honestly believe she has drank her own Kool-Aid at this point. Seriously. Oh yeah, and as far as the hamster, like with his teeth growing out, and you see him chewing on the bars, that's just, he's neurotic. He needs something to chew on and stuff. I honestly I don't think Harry's still around. It's terrible to say, but I just so that breaks my heart. I just yeah, they need to dig and burrow. Oh yeah, I think that Chantal was a complete and total monster. I think when she was younger, she was the only kid, and so she got babied, and oh, mom has to work, so she got what she wanted, and she got babied, right? Like, we've seen her Auntie Rasta is just a different flavor of horrible from the same family, just Ugh. And so I'm sure, that, Shmi did the best she could, blah, blah, blah. And then, Chantal got a little older and it just got, where she got placated and, oh, you're right, honey. Oh, don't worry about it, sweetie. And then when she got older and then Natalie came into the picture and Chantal started abusing this toddler, Chantal's 12 years old. And so by the time she's 15, she's full blown abusing a toddler, so our mom has to kick her out of the house. And at that point, I think Chantal was already. I think Chantal is just a bad seed. Like you can tell, she has no self-awareness and she doesn't care. And from the story she says, she seems to be incredibly self-centered since the get-go. And then you add people enabling her and kowtowing to her and not calling her on her BS. And then by the time they realized that, oh, this is out of hand, she was old enough, that rebellious teenager where nothing was going to stop her. And it's just been balls to the wall since then, man. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Yeah, it's okay, cutie. No, it's not okay. I just hope, like I said, I just hope when karma comes for Chantal that she is live streaming. I feel that I am owed that at this point. And I'm not wishing ill on somebody else. I'm really not. I just want to see the inevitable conclusion to this story that we all know is coming. And I don't like to say that. I don't like to think that some people are just completely hopeless, but I kind of feel this is a hopeless situation. I mean, I think even with divine intervention, I think she would tell God to pack sand and do what she wanted. But her wearing that abaya and cosplaying as a Muslim, and it's gross. It really is gross. Um, and then here's the other thing I'll say, and no shade, but hey, pagan, my bottom dollar health is she would be yeah. I completely agree with Pagan Way. Chantal is so manipulative and so calculating that if she were in better shape and had more energy, I honest to God think she would be in actual danger to society and to other people. We've seen how when she fixated on Natter and kept going over there. I 1000% believe that she'd be the kind of girl that would attack a guy, get away, and then claw her own face up and call the cops and report him. I'm just saying. Remember Chantal's? Oh, you think he's going to leave me after everything I've done for him? I've got a plan. Yeah, remember? I uploaded that video. She has a plan, and I think she will lie. She will say whatever she has to. Now she's claiming, oh, back when I was a teenager and I tried to unalive myself. No, Chantal, we heard the story. You faked an unaliving attempt because that's what BPDs do. Not that she's BPD, but I do know this. Chantal had mentioned in the past that she's gone to psychiatrists or therapists, but they won't give her the diagnosis that she wants. Nobody wants to hear they're a borderline personality. I can almost guarantee. She's never. I honest to God think that's what she didn't want to hear. She desperately wanted an eating disorder, and they would not give her the eating disorder diagnosis, so she stopped going to those doctors. Like I said, these are just my opinions from years watching her. Yeah, Natter when the CPAP rescue, and she's one of those people that let's see what Pagan. I think I agreed with Pagan. Goes without major health and yeah, exactly ponders. But the deal, and here's kind of one of my pet peeves. So I've noticed that it's not a pet peeve, it's frustrating. So we've got a lot of new players showing up in, I don't know, Hater Nation, the Girl World, whatever. And I see a lot of new channels popping up and they're clipping and they're making commentary, which is fine. I personally don't watch them. Why? Because you can tell from the things they say that they do not know the history. They do not know the lore, whatever you want to call it. And I have no time to be watching somebody who got 2,000 subscribers and is now getting 5,000 views a day. That has only known Chantal since the Natter era. I have no use for you. I don't want to hear what you have to say. You start hearing the conspiracy theories or oh, maybe she was abused and all this stuff. I can't. So I'm really tired of those because it muddies the water more. Because you remember back in the day when things were pretty tight and concise and everybody knew the lore, and when we had conversations, we didn't get the crazy conspiracies and the psycho in the chat saying, well, she was probably abused or this or that. Because if you just had pieced it together, you knew what side the bread was buttered on, and Chantal was the way she was because she's a willful jerk. So Sorry, I'm gonna look at chat. And now we've just got so many channels. Like literally, if you type in foodie beauty, like there'll be like 25 channels that come up. I don't even know who most of them are. And the majority of them, they've all started like between November 2020, and like a lot of them are just like at the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023. You know, they're trying to jump on the bandwagon. And my favorites are the ones who are like trying to do a commentary, and it's so painfully obvious that they have no idea what they're talking about. Like, just shut up. That's what I have to say. Shut up and just stop muddying the waters. But I don't know. Maybe I'm picky. Yeah, Laura agrees. Us being girl world snobs. Yeah, well, it's not even that, but it's just like so much misinformation going around. And people saying it with their whole chest, like it's the truth. You know what? I learned a long time ago. Just because you say something loud with authority doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're talking about. So, so it's just frustrating, you know. And like, yeah, get your coin and stuff, but I'm not watching channels like that. I just have no use for it. You know, I try to stick to the OGs, and here I am, kind of being a hypocrite. But here's the other thing: there were a lot of channels that made excellent pre-recorded videos. I really enjoyed them, and everybody and their dog's gone to live streaming now. Like Milky T still makes her pre-recorded, thank God. And that Are You Serious? You know, she live premieres them, but I'm really enjoying that because I really like the well thought out, concise, point per point, you know, when they go through and refute what Chantal says with logic, with facts. I really enjoy that. And there's nothing wrong with live chats. And I like, you know, being in live chats, but sometimes, like I said, you get the ones where, you know, the same thing's getting repeated 500 times, the conspiracy theories, and I just want to scream sometimes. Sometimes I miss the OG girl world, if you guys know what I mean. And like I said, there's room for everybody. I love seeing new people, you know, so just, you know, hey, my perspective. Hello, if I didn't say hi. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Girl World has been changed so much. It really has. I've been watching ALR and Chantal forever, but it's overwhelming. It is overwhelming because like sometimes you just want to go find a video, and there's such a plethora. There's so much now that it's, and if you make the mistake and like autoplay something like a channel, one of the new ones or something, I have no interest. It's like it gets stuck in the algorithm, and it's impossible to find what you're looking for. And like the farms have been a nightmare because, you know, the DDoS attacks and everything like that. So you have to have a Tor browser. Well, on my iPad, you know, you get a Tor browser, so I can't, you know, I like to go to the farms because it was a good place to watch the archive videos of Chantal. I don't have to give anybody a view if I don't want. I can just go watch the video for what it is and be done with it. But I need to break out my laptop, and I need to get a, you know, a Tor browser on it. So yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. Let's see. I love hearing. Oh, thank you, Susie. Thank you for being kind. So, okay, I think my chat just choked. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Is anybody else's chat kind of choking? All hail our farming overlords, right? Like, yeah. Let's see. Did you get Tor on iPad? But yeah, it's slow. And the thing is, Laura, maybe you can help me. I can't get it to work on my iPad. I've tried putting Tor on my iPad, and for whatever reason, so maybe we'll have a conversation because, like, I've got it on my phone. I cannot view videos on my phone. It's too small. I'm old. I can't see. So it's just really slowed down my ability to, I guess, screenshot things that I, you know, and to zoom and to pause. So, okay, good. I'm glad the chat's good there. Oh, good. Thanks, Jashawn. Let's see. Yep, everybody's chat's good. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. So, and hopefully, like, I'm not sure. I think he's shooting to get the farms back up so anybody can get to it. But for right now, it's like he had a server go down and he had to buy a new one. So it's this whole thing, you know? And like, do I like everything the farms does? No. But I will die on the hill where you have a right to freedom of speech. And it's like Chantal, people might hate me for this. I think Chantal has a right to say what she wants to say. I really do. I'll die on that hill. But I don't think she needs to be monetized to say that the crap that she says. Like, should she get paid for it? No. And a lot of times people like Chantal, if you take the monetary incentive away, they lose interest. Like, she's not wouldn't be live streaming to just chit chat. She would only live stream when she needed attention or when she was mad. Like, we would only get the good stuff. That's just my opinion though. So, no, my chat was skipping. Okay, no, Justice said it was. Okay. Yeah, so like I can't stand Chantal, but I don't think she should be monetized. But that's with a caveat. With the way Chantal does break terms of service, like, well, she doesn't necessarily break terms of service, but she skates that line, like she's pushing cotton with that one. She's right there. So, and if you break the law, you break the rules, then there are consequences. And Chantal is like a cockroach. She just happens to be lucky and skates by. So, yeah, if you're breaking the rules, she needs to go away. But lately, she's not really breaking the rules. She's just being an asshole. Past stuff, yeah, she's broke the rules and she didn't get nailed. And, you know, but I love how she's like, that's my past. People can grow beyond that. This is stuff she was doing 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, being a complete and total asshole. But yet, Dee Dee Doo Doo can't, as she calls her, she wants to throw everybody else's past. She wants to throw Shannon's past in her face for calling her mom a see you next Tuesday when she was 15. That's like 23, 24 years ago. But Chantal thinks she gets a free pass for the stuff she was doing 3 weeks ago. It just make it make sense, you know. Freedom of speech, not freedom from consequences. Exactly. I will die on that hill to defend your right to say what you're going to say. But there are consequences to doing what you want to do and saying what you want to say. Chantal, so far, people will say, well, she's not suffered any consequences. Au contraire, mon frère. Look at that body. Like, she has gained significant amount of weight, and she's at that age where gravity's not just a good idea, it's the law. And so that apron, it's sagging lower and lower. Because remember, like, gosh, remember that one where she's at that park, on that swing, and remember she's got that huge side sticking out, but it was still kind of up here. And even I can't believe I'm doing this, that hangs down. It was still up here. But lately, realistically, I mean, it's getting to be where it's closer to her knees. And that's how come she can't sit down, lotus style or get down like that, because of all that weight, and it sits, and it's all sagging. So that's how come she can't get up a curb. Because if you think about lifting your knee up like that, that's 300 pounds to try to lift up with, yeah, and that's just not a motion. These muscles right there are not that in that good a shape for her. But, because Chantal is 5'1", Chantal's ideal weight at 5'1" for her frame, petite frame, 101 pounds. Seriously. So Chantal could lose 3 of herself and still be in a healthy weight range. And to be as big as Chantal is, and like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, but I think I calculated once the best I could. I think Chantal needs to be eating something like 2,800 calories a day to just maintain. And that was a while ago. It might even be more, but just to maintain, and a middle-aged woman who lives a sedentary lifestyle, you don't need a 2,000 calorie on average diet. You need 1,600 calories, maybe 15 to 1,600 calories. So just to maintain the weight she is, Chantal needs to eat twice what somebody her age and weight should be eating just to maintain the weight she has. So that tells you how many calories. Did you see that the cheese the French fries she was eating today, and Sala ate some, and she couldn't shovel those in fast enough. That was like 1,500 calories. And she was just, oh my God. Let's see, what did Pagan Way say? She has freedom of speech, but can't yell fire as an example. Exactly. There are consequences for certain behaviors. So, is Chantal faced consequences? Not the consequences we wanted to see, or this the outright you broke the rule and here's the punishment. But like I said, she's got a 300-pound gut apron hanging down on her legs. She is at the largest size. Like she's to the point where she needs to get another abaya. And I think that's why she's not got new abayas is A, she's hot as hell. And B, she needs a bespoke abaya because, oh, I'll see if I can find it. Like that gray and black one she has. So this one that she got, I mean, she is maxed out. And this is when they were at that McDonald's, like I'm wondering too, let me know in chat. Because sometimes if she puts her hands like this and kind of does the belly rub, I'm sure from some angles, she could look like she was pregnant almost, like this massive, like, do you think anybody thought she was just a pregnant woman with like twins or triplets? And do you think she rolled with that? Let me know in the chat. I'm guessing that somebody, at least somebody is like, oh, when's the baby due? Just my thoughts. But I think she's getting big enough now that, well, if you see her in normal Western clothes, you'd be able to tell, no, it's just fat. But with those abayas on, because you can't necessarily see all the other, that maybe somebody does, but she's getting to the point where her shoulders are nearly the height of her ears because she has that fat pad on her back is getting so big that it's up like this that, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure some people might think she's pregnant, but I think a lot of people at this point. Let me see. And then how can we forget this one? With when she doesn't have an actual hijab on, she just had that fringe with, I don't know what the hijabi thing she was wearing, but I mean, she looked absolutely ridiculous there, just massive. When she went to Solid's mother's grave, that was gross on so many levels. And then let me see if I can find the tight. Oh, this one right here. Now that I'm getting rolling. So here's this one. I got a couple of them. So in this gray and black one, this is when they were down by the beach. And I think Salad got her a coffee or something. I mean, does that look like a modest woman's dress to you? No, she is sizing out of that size 60 abaya. And it seems like when she got it, it was a little more flowy, you know? So, and from the black side, she gets a little more give from the black side because, you can't see the shadows and stuff. But on that gray side, there's nothing modest about that. There's nothing, it's the midsection that's getting too tight. She's going to size out of a size 60 in the midsection because that's where all the weight goes. But people keep talking about her eyes swelling and her cheeks. I think it's kind of a Tammy Slayton thing where, fat does not distribute bilaterally equally, bilaterally in your body. It goes where it goes. There's asymmetry. And I think the fat at this point is just going wherever it can go. And so you're starting to see it in the eye sockets and the foreheads and the cheeks. And one side's bigger than the other, But okay, let me look at chat. She looks like a caterpillar, right? Remember that from Alice in Wonderland? Take a big suck of the hookah. Who are you? Alice in Wonderland, the stoner caterpillar. 1000%. 1000%. Let's see. Yeah, here's another one. I snapped, like, yeah, and the abaya can't even go straight down the middle anymore. It's kind of getting maxed out. So let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, well, I guess we don't need to go all night, but let's see. Let's see what anybody else thinks. I think my chat's behind. Hold on. Okay, let me see what chat says. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Who are you? Yeah, remember the big old stoner caterpillar? Hey, Ennis, how's it going? Good to see you. So today's vlog, go back to the first couple minutes. Long story. The vlog couldn't upload. I lost 4 of them, and I finally was like, nah, I'm just going to go live. So nope, no cooking tonight. So I'll recap for everybody. So the bad baking and questionable cooking tends to be like a Friday night, sometimes a Saturday night where I'll actually cook. It's difficult because I got to have the groceries, I got to have the place to myself. Um, but what I'm thinking about doing is starting a second series called Garden Gab and Gossip. So I can be outside working in my garden, and that way, that nobody's going to come mess with me when I'm out in the yard, just because I'm out there doing stuff, and God knows nobody's going to come out and want to help me because work. And so we can gossip and gab while I'm out in the garden, and that could be any day, any time. Like I'll give people some notice, but that way, so I can keep, the just the when foodie does something so crazy, like I just want to talk about it and I don't want to be in chat with 600 other people. You know what I mean? I just want to like talk with my people. We'll just do that. I'm pretty good at getting screenshots. Tonight really wasn't planned, so this is a spur of the moment, but yeah. Hey, holy moly. My vlog today didn't upload, so you got to go to the beginning of this live. So, okay, let's recap. I'll let everybody chat for a few minutes. Is there anything else you guys think we need to address? Uh, I, I think between the heat, the fat, I'm wondering if there isn't going to be problems with that building they're living in, though. Like it did seem like the live that the vlog that Chantal and Salad did today. It just seemed, I'm just wondering if the stress of all the troll reviews and all that kind of stuff, I'm just wondering if there isn't, is there going to be an eviction arc coming up because they don't want that kind of notoriety, and the owner of the buildings will be like, no, get out. Did they sign a lease? What's everybody think? And that was the question I asked too, was did the owner of the building, are they the ones that interviewed Chantal and saw the marriage certificate? Or is it more like the owner of the apartment or somebody subleasing the apartment to them? That's why they only want an expat, some families, like somebody that's supposedly renting it is subletting it Chantal. And did they see a marriage certificate? Didn't they? Is this completely legal through the building? I don't know. And then something that I don't know if anybody pointed this out, but the building they're in is what it was called, an ECRP building or something. It has to do is like one of the oil companies, they build those so they could put their workers and their engineers and their families in there. I mean, they're built for a very specific person. So that whole building is probably full of expats or people from other countries who are living and working there, and they only want families. So I would question how much Kuwaiti culture Chantal would even run into in that building. She might very well be living next door to like, some engineer and his wife from Scotland. Who knows? Let's see. Yes, Ennis. Yeah, gardening. I love gardening. And it's like just I could sit out there and pull weeds or so my roses have white flies. And like I said, I'm not a rose person. I inherited the roses when we got this place. The former older, she'd had this place for decades, and she lived here and roses were her things. And it's like, oh my God, there's so much work. And I just, so I'm slowly getting it. But, the heirloom vining rose that's out there, it has like white flies. So in the beginning of this, well, in my vlog I had today, I made up some insecticidal soap using Dr. Bronner's peppermint with distilled water, to spray. And I was saying that if you wanted something that lasts, you could also put like 30 drops of peppermint oil extract, an organic kind, so the Dr. Bronner's in the water will kill the bugs it hits, and then the essential oil, the peppermint, will nuke anybody that comes along later, so it's a little longer lasting. But I need to figure out how to deal. There's some black spot, but it seems like it's from last year, so I don't know. I'm not a rose person. Let's see. Pagan, do you guys think when she gets back, will she return? So that's the question. Do you guys think she's, oh, before I forget. So everybody's talking about the thing that's hanging behind Foodie. I think it's those cheap dollar store blankets or, yeah. Oh, darn it. Did I erase it? Because where is it? Hold on. I have just too many screenshots. Oh, did I erase it? I'm gonna be so mad at myself. Oh, right. Is it this one? Nope. I have a screenshot somewhere of when she has those terrible, those blue and tan. Like, man, she can't decorate to save her life. And no shade, but you need to be a special kind of somebody to decorate, have blue and tan as your background color. And oh, I can't find it, but you could see very clearly. I must have erased it. I don't know how, but you could see very clearly that hanging behind Chantal is what it is it looks like they've tacked up some dollar store blankets, blue ones and tan ones is really pretty much dollars to donuts is my guess. That's what it is. Okay, I can't find. I must have deleted it. I was in here deleting stuff like a dummy. Let me go look one more place. Hold on. Okay. Oh, right here. I found it. So yeah, you can see right here. Like shit, sorry. Everybody remembers these blankets from we're kids. Remember, the thin blanket that has that almost sateen type trim all the way around it. So that's that one. And I'm wondering, like, is the middle one also a cheap blanket? Maybe it's a tablecloth, maybe it's a sheet, but that's what's up with that. It's not a curtain, not at all. So, hey Dixie, welcome. I'm sorry if I don't mean to miss anybody. The blue tarp and shovel. Exactly, roses. It's like the blue sharp or the blue tarp and shovel for those roses. My God, there's so much work and they're vicious. There's most ungrateful flowers. Like you try to help them and they just shrapnel you. I love that the sateen trim, right? Exactly, ponderous pose. Everybody here, like everybody has slept, but I don't think it's like a thick blanket, like because I remember my grandma always had the electric blankets with that sateen trim. I think this is a thin, almost like a bedspread, like something you throw over your bed that had, so it has a finished look, but it's inexpensive, and those are just tacked up. But my question is it's not in the living room because we know from the pictures that she sits facing the big window when she's sitting on that big rug. So, like when she sits like this, when she was eating that whole thing of lasagna, the couch is off to one side, the door would be directly behind her, and the window's right in front of her, right? So, my question is the room she has, and she said the whole extra bedroom is filled up with boxes for storage. So, does that mean it's her bedroom where the blankets are tacked up over the window? Because there is drywall around the window in her bedroom, so she could just tack. And I think that's why she's not giving any kind of tour, because it's like, we've all been in college where like you're hungover, you don't care, and you just tack anything up against the window, like an old blanket and like a black garbage bag you cut lengthways, just anything to keep the light out. And you think, oh, I'll get that fixed up later, and it stays like that until you move out. That's kind of how Chantal rolls. Oh, thank you, Laura. Let's see. From a piggy. Yep, I that was from a piggy video. I love piggy. Piggy. That's the other thing I was saying is there's so many of these there's either new people who are just chasing clout, or they don't have their facts straight, or there's some people who do a pretty good job with their clip channels, but if you scroll through, even though they get thousands of views, they don't comment. It's like they don't interact at all. And like for me personally, I will not give my social media currency to somebody like that. I'm on YouTube because it's a social media platform and I like the interaction. So if you can't be bothered to just occasionally even heart somebody's video or make one comment, fuck you. I'm not watching your channel. And if you're being disingenuous, yo mama, or I won't watch that buffoon, or you're just handing out misinformation because you can't be bothered. Yeah, I can't. Piggy has the best sense of humor. Yes, Piggy really does. I really enjoy Piggy. So Piggy is, I said hello to Ray. I said hi to Jocelyn, my perspective. Yeah, I think I said hi to everyone. So yeah, I use my social media currency to support the creators that I enjoy. Um, oh, I really hope that Milk Tea makes a video soon. And like I said, I'm really enjoying Sansa Cooks. Love Sansa Cooks. And I'm really enjoying Are You Serious also. She's, because she's lived in Egypt, so she has some perspective. I enjoy, seeing their pre-recorded videos because I do. I like it when somebody can go through and refute almost point for point the things Chantal's saying with logic or facts, facts over feelings, chins. It's just how it goes. Yeah, Piggy is great. I said hello to Ray Ponders. So, yes. Um, all right. So I suppose we should start wrapping it up because I've been on about an hour and a half. Yeah, I love Milk Tea. She's great. I really enjoy Milk Tea. But just, yeah, just sometimes I just want clear and concise, and I don't have 4 hours to spend on a live stream. Or sometimes I just want to watch the video with some comments thrown in and keep going. But it seems like a lot of channels, and it's like, and like I said, if this is your cup of tea, no shade, man. You do you. You do what you want. This is my preference. I get tired of an 8-minute videos of Chantal's. If you want to watch it with other people, you have to sit through like 4.5 hours of live stream. I don't care what it says. There should not be that much talking for an 8-minute video. So it's just sometimes it's hard because I won't give Chantal the view. And since it's hard to get to the farms, and I got to wait for somebody to do a pre-recorded video or, or sit through a 5 hour. Sometimes I'll wait until a live's over and then I can put it like on time and a half. So, I can, because sometimes I just want to watch the video, but I will not give Chantal the view. And of course, people could counter with, well, why don't you just stream it the way you want? Because I have an iPad that I can't get to work and I can't share other screens on an iPad. So I need to get some more technology to be able to do those things. Hey, Denise, you woke up for the bathroom. So what happened, Denise, is my vlog. I know everybody's so sick of hearing this. I went to upload my vlog and it was beautiful. Like seriously, I even told Mr. Grebo, like, I think it's the best one I've ever done. It was, creme de la creme. And YouTube, it failed to upload and I got this error message and it just completely ate the video and deleted it. So on the second one, I threw the other clips back up and I, got it together, and it did it again. And so the third one, I just filmed right in the YouTube app. And that one, it ate that one. And then the fourth one, just me saying, hey, I don't know what's going on. Vlog 17 days over. We'll talk tomorrow. That one didn't upload. So I came live to explain. And then we went from reviewing my day on video to shockingly smack talking about chins. I know, shocking, right? So that I would do something like that, but let's see. So for anybody that rolled in late, let me show you just the couple. So this was my first. So anybody that's been here, please bear with me, but this was my first rose bloom I just found out in the garden today because it's been so warm. And then I found this guy out back around by the heat pump. And like I said, I'm not a rose person, but God, they're gorgeous when they bloom. I see how people get sucked in. And then this light purple, light blue iris of mine finally, and it looks white here, but it's the most gorgeous ruffled iris finally popped today. And then for anybody that's curious, Tiny Tree, he was in the sun all day yesterday and today, well, part of the day yesterday, and then part of the day today, I let him have some sun. And then I covered him back up with the tent so he didn't get the really hot afternoon sun. He's still looking okay. I think he's going to make it, but he's going to lose a lot of leaves and he's not going to be as gorgeous as he should be for a year or so. But yeah, so Tiny Tree's still kicking. And anybody that's late rolling in, I made some insecticidal soap for the roses using Dr. Bronner's peppermint castile soap and distilled water because I'm a chemist that way. So that's my story. Okay, let's see what chat's saying. Oh, thank you, Deshaun. Yeah, roses. I guess I'm going to be a rose person here because I am not going to go dig up this entire yard to get rid of flowers. Like even if I'm not a rose person, I'd never pick them. I'm also a total garden freak to the point where I could not willingly dig up a healthy plant and kill it. I just can't. So I'm going to have to squeeze other stuff in around the roses, I guess. It's hard because the old owner, she has like that red gravel between all the plants. It's really deep. So you got to dig down and get it's interesting. It's a work in progress. A little bit every day. It's amazing what happens if you just do a little something every day. Hey, Chantal, guess what? A thought not followed by an action means nothing happens. Do with that information what you want. So let's see, what did Grimm say? All of my fake plants are thriving. I know, I'm ready to get some fake plants. These things are just, I need to get my monster repotted because he needs to crawl up, but I need Mr. Grebo's help because it's 60 pounds a plant. I got my fiddly fig. I need to repot that because he's, I need to get these things repotted. Oh, hey, Capone Boxer, good to see you. If you want to see my vlog, scroll back. Oh, it's hot in here. So, okay, we'll stay on for about 10 more minutes. We'll cut off at about the 2-hour mark. So, is there anything we want to review? I'll see if I can't find. I have a bunch of crazy stuff Chantal's recently said written down. Tonight she tested. Nope, I've got this whole notebook where I take notes. I'm not copying Kaya. I used to do the same thing too, and I have to show you guys my iPad because I don't have anything else to stream on. If I had something to stream on, I'd do it. I'm not rich. I make let's see, I'm not even that. Let's see. This is the Beezing stream. Let's see, I support this household. Okay, nope. I'm just trying to see if I can find, like I said, I wasn't planning on being on long tonight, so we'll probably just have to smack talk a little bit and we'll catch up in a bad baking, questionable cooking. Let's see, the Taco Bell, Starbucks, Nashies, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. Why is my room? Everyone gets drunk. Kind of neglectful babysitter. Yeah. Let's see. It was so hot today. It was hot. It wasn't as hot here, Capone, but yeah, I get it. Let me see what my heat is. My temperature is tomorrow. Oh, it's down to 64 tonight. Let's see. It's only supposed to be 75 tomorrow. Oh, and then it's going to get down in Friday is supposed to be 81, Saturday 73, Sunday 70. Oh, good. It's going to cool down. Yay. Yeah, I'm tired of it being so hot. It's a little much. So, all right. So, is there anything else you guys we need to try to review before we cut out? I've showed you the photoshopped pictures where her face isn't that thin. I don't know what is up with her. Like, I think she thinks because it makes her face look thin, but when she gives herself that Jay Leno chin, it's very unattractive. It really is. I often wonder if she is not getting body dysmorphia as to what she actually looks like versus what she sees in that viewfinder. I seriously, because it's like when you even saw her walking around the apartment when she was first touring it, she's always looking through the camera. She's not looking up over, see what's going on. It's just crazy. It's been hot, Laura. Yeah, you guys are just crazy. I'm Central North. It's been hot everywhere. I need you to review the encyclopedias A through Z, please, right? So you guys want to know what I spent my how we got stimulus money during the coup? My first check I spent on a complete set, the last edition, the fifth edition, which was put out in 1995, and then went all the way through 2016, a complete set of Encyclopedia Britannica encyclopedias with all the reference books and like a library a library copy's worth of Encyclopedia Britannica with the indexes and the A through Z and the Macropedia and the Micropedia and everything. That is what I spent my money on. I got it used from somebody at an amazing deal. It would have been like a solid 6 grand to get them, if you try to buy them new. And fun fact, side note, you can't just buy. Remember how you always heard people joking about encyclopedia salesmen and stuff? You can't just buy physical encyclopedias anymore. The only people that they sell them to anymore, Encyclopedia Britannica, is to actual institutions. Normal people like us, the only way you can get them now is e-copies. You cannot physically buy a hardback book from them anymore. Only e-copies. Ugh, it's terrible. So, and mine's current through 2000 and yes, 16, I think. I need to get the world books. The trouble is like 2017, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, they don't make physical hard copy world books anymore to keep your set up to date. You have to buy e-copies, and I have no use for that. So that's a whole another kettle of fish. Sorry. Let's see. Britannica growing up, right? Ponderous. It's like, don't you remember being a kid? And they always say, go look it up in the encyclopedia. And then I can remember going to the library and being like, please God, let the K be there. And hope there's an article on whatever it is you think you need to know. I'm pretty sure my mom still has some encyclopedias at home. Good for your mom, Grim. Let's see. Jashawn, I hope it stays the way I am going to San Gabriel Valley. Oh yeah, it should be nice there. Let's see, once went to a wedding. Ugh. Oh my God, you can have my. She was trying to get me to use some. Oh yeah, yeah. Talk to ask your mother-in-law if she's got any of the world books she wants to unload. I love those things. So that's what I spent my stimulus check on. Encyclopedias. Oh, and holy moly, I can look up anything you need. Holy moly. Let's see. Huge reader. Yeah, I'm a reader too. Ridiculous. So, oh, maybe we can start doing that. Garden Gab and Gossip, and then we'll do a random encyclopedia entry and read it. Mm, right on. Okay. Well, we're getting up to the top of the hour. So, can you guys think of anything else we need to cover? Are we feeling pretty solid? Encyclopedias mean citing sources. I'm old enough to remember it, right? That's the trouble. Like you get, like people say, I did research. A Google search is not research. And a bunch of links to a bunch of newspaper articles, that is not research. Because I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, if you can go back to like the old article and you can find all the newer little blurbies, simply reference. It's like, ugh, I cannot with stupidity. It's not research. Let's see, EP. Oh, thanks. Yeah, EP. I'm super glad that that I finally got this. Yep, it's almost midnight. Okay, guys. Yeah, for you too, Jashawn. And thanks for being here, Jashawn. I think this might be your first live that you've been at. I am going to try to do a bad baking and questionable cooking, probably salad editions, depending on how hot it is. This Friday, no promises. I have to get groceries in the house, but I'm going to try either this Friday or Saturday. And then, like I said, periodically through the week, we'll have the garden gab and gossip, which will probably be mostly smack talk because Chantal's done something insane, and then maybe looking at some flowers. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Thanks, Grateful Life. And Denise, it was good seeing you. Not at 3 a.m., please. No, it won't be at 3 a.m. This is a total fluke of nature. I just needed to get my vlog up. So I want to say thank you to my mods. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm just checking. I can't do anything from my phone. So, okay, so yeah, I can't do anything from this phone. So I want to say thank you to my mods. Thank you to everybody. Like, I think Minka Aaron Tay's been here, Susie, like, yeah, everybody that's been here since the beginning. Thank you. Grim, you got here early, thank you. And just Sean and everybody else that rolled in. So Jocelyn's mom, thank you. Hey, just Ray, thank you. I said Sean, thank you. Justice, thanks. Ponders Pros, thanks. My perspective, thank you for being here. Denise, glad to see you. Grateful Life. Thank you. Jocelyn, Ponderous, Justice, Grim, thank you. I'm trying to make sure. Is there anybody I missed? Aaron Tay, thank you. Good. Yes. Good night to everybody. Before I sign off, is there anybody I missed? Let's see. Much like that button. Oh yeah, hit the thumbs up button, and tomorrow's vlog. I don't know what went wrong with YouTube, but boy, yeah. So everybody needs to go to bed. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Holy Moly. Thank you, Ennis. Yeah, NEP. Thank you, Ennis, for being here. Thank you, EP. I'm enjoying doing the vlogs. I am. And so thank you to everybody that shows up and watches them every day. I enjoy the comments. It's part of my day. I really enjoy it. So I really appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch them and comment, and interact, because you put all this energy into it and you just get really upset. It's like nobody's watching it. Did I suck? So yeah. It's awesome. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ponders Pros. Thank you, Susie. Okay, I'm just repeating myself now. So everybody, I'm trying to think. Oh, do I have a catchphrase? I don't know. I don't think I have a catchphrase. Good night, Grim. Hey, Harmony. Thanks for being here. I know a thought not followed by an action means nothing happens. All right, everybody. Good night. See you tomorrow. And we'll probably go live Friday or Saturday. No promises, but okay. Bye. Bye, Harmony. Bye, everybody.